You're cramping. You here for long? Oh no, I'm just passing. Do you want a drink? Nah, thanks for asking. Ooh. Hi everybody! It is the last day of April. My goodness! Woo! And oh my God, what a crazy month it has been. My name is Danny Wells. For you guys that don't know who I am, and this is our weekly area team training. We've got big news this week. We've got an area on the call about to pop. We've got the Blackley team in area qualification, which means they're about to complete area. They've got into qual today. They're going to complete next month. And then they'll be off doing their own area team training. So let's embrace the Blackley area while we can, while they're still here, before Stacey goes off and takes her team and does her own area team training. So we're going to talk about Las Vegas tonight. We've got two speakers. Qualification, Lindsay Peter, and we've got brand new area manager in qualification, Stacey Blackley, who are going to talk to us about Las Vegas. And then we've got Diane Gardner, who's going to talk to us a little bit about the slight edge. So what I thought we'd do, before we absolutely kick off, I thought let's watch the GTC video and see if you can spot us. Let us know in the chat when you can see us.
I've got no sound, Danny. I don't know if anybody else has got any.
No sound here.
No sound?
No.
I can't hear anything.
Oh, it's playing on mine. What about now?
No.
Oh, that's funny. It's playing on mine. Yeah, let's play the music here. How's that?
No, I can hear your music, I think.
Yeah, that's what I was playing.
Oh.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
How weird. Let me find the music on my phone.
I bet no idea, did it? Did you reset? I'll check.
Can you hear that?
Cool.
It's a feeling that you can't hide. Just about one, it's about many, it's about the world, and you are part of it. It's a free feel. You can't wake up every morning, catch a wave by the car. You may choose to change the world, you may follow your own plan. Live the life you always wanted, taking others by the hand. Cause there's something that you're feeling deep inside. It's a feeling that you can't hide. It's jubilation. It's transformation. It's a celebration. Everybody sing. It's inspiration. Exhilaration. It's a feeling that you just don't want to miss, and it feels like this. That's the feeling of your joy. Oh, na 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 na. Oh, na 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 na. Oh, na 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 na.
Definitely a sense of hope has come, definitely a greater sense of community, and as well as just overall happiness, joy, and love.
That's the feeling of your joy. It's jubilation. It's transformation. It's a celebration. Everybody sing. It's inspiration. Exhilaration. It's a feeling that you just don't want to miss, and it feels like this. That's the feeling of your joy.
Oh my God, it takes you back. I tell you what, the annual conference in Las Vegas is something out of this world. So I am delighted. We'll start with Stacey to share with you some of what we felt like being in Las Vegas and why you guys have to be at the global conference next April. The dates have been released. So let's unmute brand new area manager in qualification, Stacey Blackley. Woo!
You know what? I can't express enough that you introduced me to this amazing company. I really can't, and I've said it a few times, but I could never say it enough times. So thank you so much for sharing your incredible vegan nutrition that I was so interested to find out about, that I've then messaged you to find out what this was all about. So Vegas, what can I say about Vegas? Vegas. Well, I know. It's a little bit crazy. So, as many of you know, I missed my first Vegas and vowed not to miss my second, not realising it was my son's 13th birthday and my husband's 46th birthday while I was out there. Was absolutely gutted, but knew I had to do this, not just for me or to show people how amazing it is out there, but ultimately to be able to bring home the bread, the bacon, well, not the bacon, unless it's vegan bacon, right? Because I know that what going to Vegas does to people is it really enhances their business. And, you know, I've come back and I've gone, you know, as a team, we've gone into Area Qual, and I can't thank my team enough. Stops. They really have. They know who they are. Absolutely incredible. And I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them. So, party! Woo!
Party on!
So, what did I take from Vegas? Well, a lot, an awful lot, too much to fit into this call. But why it's so important to be there is because you don't realise how it will possibly change your life. So probably the key thing I took from being there, which is not going to be what you might think it will be, but was about being myself. I was able to be free. You know, most of us on here, if not all of us, are parents. And, you know, we are there for our kids 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and you don't realise how much that does take on you, especially when you've got 2 kids with special needs and then a little 2-year-old on top of that, and then your husband. So 4 kids really. No, I'm only joking. But basically you don't realise how much, you know, we give so much to them and we never recharge our batteries. So for me to go to Vegas was a real strain on us as a family, because Paul had to take some time off. His mum came over. He had to juggle work, and she came over to help look after Wyatt while the other 2 were at school. But do you know what? It was so worth it, because they realised how much as a mum we put into this. So I think it was really, really worth them, you know, they didn't sacrifice time, because they built stronger bonds with the kids while I went there. And I was constantly FaceTiming in, which was amazing. But it realised that being in Vegas, I could be me. I noticed that I stopped being myself, and I've become a control freak at home. I didn't realise how much of a control freak I was. So what I realised was how much I could spread my wings and fly. I didn't have to worry about making decisions. I didn't have to worry about what they were eating, because at the end of the day, I couldn't stop anything that was happening at home. So I thought to myself, okay, so I need to take this freedom back home with me. So I decided every single day to dance in my kitchen, because all day, every day, regardless of where I was in Vegas, whether it be the Strip, the hotel room, in the conference, I was dancing. You can vouch for that, right, Danny?
Yeah, I think I've got a video. I'll try and find it.
No, you're right.
Yeah, I'll find it.
And I just danced everywhere, and I didn't realise how much energy dancing and music gave to me. You know, I used to feel that when I was younger, but lost all that. So now, I don't know if you guys have seen videos on doing my Facebook lives. I'm just sort of dancing there. Even the dogs are joining in, and you've got to embrace who you are. So I think the 2 biggest books that I did before Vegas, during Vegas, and I finished today. My biggest book was Dale Carnegie.
Stacey, I found it. Hang on.
Yeah.
Wait, let me Let me spotlight it to me so it'll play. Hang on.
Oh, here's Stacey, look. Here she comes.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
I don't think this is like dancing.
Oh.
All we did was dance. It was absolutely amazing. And freedom, and this is what I was saying, you know, what I took from Vegas was a lot. But for me personally, I took about being free and being able to bring that happiness home. It's so important to embrace what we have, but as mums, it's very important to get time out. To get the time out to recharge our batteries so we can give our best to our children, and to our spouse and to everyone around us, because otherwise, I mean, I know I've been a drain on my family many a times just because I haven't taken that time out. And now I know on my agenda, once a week, whether it be 2-hour bath or it be getting out the house, it is to have that time out so we can be the best possible us for our children, our family. But going back to Vegas, you guys have to make it an absolute priority to be there, because it gives you the most immense amount of energy. If you guys think you get energy from a DA, if you guys think you get energy from a region training or a nation training or a leadership training, this is something else. This gives you, you are in a room with 18,000 plus people. The music is going. The training is going. Everyone's energy is up there. I cannot physically explain to you or show you what that feels like unless you're there. When I watched everyone at Vegas last year, I was like, yeah, it's great. It's great. Wow, 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 wow. It's amazing. Yeah, yeah. But not once did I think it would be the way it was when I got there. Not once. I went to AAC. That blew me away. And it's so important to get to these annual trainings. They're there for a reason. And most people that attend these trainings double their business. Is that correct, Danny? What's the statistics?
I think they said, yeah, they definitely double, but I think they had the statistics for the people that triple their business and the people that double, and it's a very small percentage of people that do nothing. Yeah.
So, you know, it's an investment for yourself and it's an investment for your business. And when I got invited by the incredible Natalie Crawford to the White Party, I felt so overwhelmed when she told me a couple of days before. I just burst out crying. I was in tears because of the pure gratitude I had for her. But do you know what? I'm gonna share something with you all that you might not be aware. But this is going to be a bit difficult. But I've always struggled with my self-image and feeling good enough. I've always struggled with that, and it's a really big struggle. So you're gonna have to bear with me. And I didn't feel good enough to go to the White Party at all. I didn't think I was pretty enough. I was slim enough. I was good enough to go there. I really didn't. But when I got there, people were so welcoming, and the love you feel just swept that fear away. And I'm shaking. Woo! Sorry. So it swept that fear away, and I just embraced the love from everyone and just enjoyed and danced and had so much fun, you know. And so I've had to fight many demons, and I'm still fighting them. And you know, I've invested in a life coach to try and get past this, because I want to be the best for my team. I want to be able to promote my team. That's what means more to me than anything in the world. And I didn't get that when I first joined, you know. And I never ever felt when I first joined Arbonne, I was like, I can't be like Arbonne. I can't be like those national vice presidents. They're slim, they're gorgeous, they've got so much going for them. But guess what, guys? They all started where we started. They all felt the same thing, all of us. So do you know what? Thank you, guys. But do you know what? We can all do this. We have the steps to success. All we've got to do is follow them. And I've just listened to everything that Danny has said and suggested to me. I've embraced it. I'm sitting here absolutely shaking like a leaf. Woo! And you know, I've just embraced Danny's, you know, the success plan that has been put in place. And Danny is an incredible mentor, an incredible leader, and she is absolutely, she's a very special person. And the team and the culture And everything that we get from this is so important about plugging into the training and, you know, getting to know your team, your teammates, your consultants, your preferred clients on a personal level, and really be able to help them as much as you physically can. It's all about spreading the love. And you know what, the biggest thing that's made me realise that is this book. I've just completed the 40 days today, but what you don't realise you get from Vegas is you deeper your connections. So me, Danny, Natalie and Sarah, we shared a room. Sarah is the funniest, kindest, beautifulest person.
I never realised how funny Sarah Gavin is until I spent a room with her. She's Jamaican. She's Jamaican. So anyone that knows anyone Jamaican knows that they're on their own time schedule. Like, they're like late for everything. Well, not, I'm sure not all of them are. But she's so laid back. It was hilarious.
But her jokes, everything about her,
Oh.
she's just mind-blowing. And, you know, sharing a room with you and Natalie as well. And then across the room, we had Carol, we had Suzanne. There was so many, Lindsay, there was so many beautiful souls that we managed to sort of, you know, get together, our whole team together, where we used to meet daily and go to the conference together, and Jen with her flag. And it was just incredible. And I just think that being part of that really spurs you on. Because for me now, even if I won the lottery, or, you know, when I become an EMVP earning ridiculous amounts of money, I'm never not going to do Arbonne. When you're in business with your friends, with your very best friends, you never want to leave, because it doesn't feel like work. So being at these events, being at these retreats, being at GTC, like, I would never have had the opportunity to go to Vegas hadn't Arbonne come along. It would never entered my mind. I wouldn't have met these incredible people that I met. I wouldn't be able to help all these incredible people that I'm now able to help because of Arbonne. I wouldn't be able to be this positive, uplifting person that now can, you know, help my children come out of their dips and help them through school, and, you know, constantly improving myself, because I'm constantly now striving for better. You know, I'm happy where I am, and that's what you've got to realise. Enjoy the journey, love you for who you are and where you are, because you're at the exact right place you're meant to be for that moment. Embrace every single moment, and just be the best you, and do what it takes. And you know what as well, going to Vegas is not only live and, you know, for people that can't go to Vegas. So me going has enabled people to get that feeling, that buzz. You know, Dee said to me, "Oh, I watched your journey. I felt like I was there. You know, the energy was amazing. Wow." And I was like, "Oh, I'm so glad that I could have put that across to you, because that's what I wanted to do." And since then as well, the amount of messages I've had, like, "What are you doing? Wow." People that have ignored my messages are now going to me, "Oh my God, can we get a coffee? Your team is incredible. Sorry, I haven't got back to you. Oh, you know, I really want to do what you're doing. How can I do it?" I'm like, yep. And when you get that confidence up and the momentum, you feel that you can talk to anybody. So whereas I was like, I'll talk to that person. America, being in Vegas and being around you guys, I felt like I had to set the standard, like I had to show you guys what I was doing. So then, you know, coming back home, I'm like, yeah, went to the petrol, go, "Hi, you're right." She's asking me what I was doing. I was like, "Yeah, I'm a health wellness consultant." She's like, "Oh, you know, too many hours." I was like, "Well, do you know what? I'm actually expanding my business. I'd love to tell you more about the opportunity. Are you open to hear it?" She was like, "Yeah." So we swapped details, and there you go. It's just about how we can be solution finders and problem solvers to other people. And how Vegas has completely changed my way of thinking, realizing how much we need our own time and how much we can give and love others. I don't know how much time I've had, but hopefully that's enough.
Fantastic. Thank you for sharing that, Stacey. And it was an absolute pleasure to share a room with you, Natalie and Sarah. We had a blast. And then, like you say, across the hall, we had Suzanne, Lindsay, Carol, and then Kat as well. So we had so much fun. I cannot even tell you, but I won't, because I'll talk all night. So we're going to hand over to Lindsay. So Lindsay is a brand new district manager in qualification as of Vegas. Woohoo! So she's going to talk to us a little bit about her first time in the annual global conference, and her experience. So please welcome DMQ Lindsay Peter. Woo!
Thank you. Oh, Stacey, you're such an inspiration, honestly. It's amazing. So Vegas, wow, where do I start? I'll take you back to the beginning of when I first started out. And so when I was going to the GAs and that in my local area, a lot of the time they'd say, oh, who's been to Vegas? And I'm like, Vegas? Do you really go to Vegas? And then the number of hands that were shown, and I was just like shocked to see all these hands up. And I thought, no way can you ever go to Vegas. And obviously since all the other events that I've been to and that, all the time I was in Vegas and that. And then last year when I saw the pictures on Facebook, I was like, oh my gosh, I need to be there. So I didn't go last year, but I was like, right, I'm definitely coming. No matter what it takes, I'm definitely coming. So I think it was at the end of last year, we were starting to get together who's going and etc. So actually looking at the details and that. And me and Stacey were like messaging each other for probably for a good month, like just accommodation wise and everything. And then it come to the crunch of actually booking it, and I was just like, no, I can't do it, I'm pulling out. And I actually said I wasn't going, and pulled up all the excuses under the sun. Couldn't leave my children, I didn't have the money, I couldn't leave my partner to look after my children for a week, which is ridiculous, I know. Just every excuse I could find, I was saying, no, I just can't do it. And then Stacey was like, well, nobody's filled your place yet. You sure you can't come? Like, and kept thinking about it forever on my mind. And then I just switched. I went, you know what? If I'm doing this as a business, being serious about it, why am I not going to the global conference in Las Vegas? You know, I've got this opportunity. Why am I letting it slip? And I just thought, if I'm doing it, I just really want to be there. And I've heard like so much from like other people who have been and said that it's changed their business incredibly. And I was just like, I need to do it. And because like I desperately like want to make this work for my family. And I keep reminding myself of the why, that the reason why I've joined, you know, why I'm actually doing this business. And I was just like, I'm all in, I've got to do it. So I texted Stacey, said, yeah, I'm in. And then for the rest of that day, I'm like, oh, what on earth have I done? How the hell am I going to pay for it? How the hell am I going to let my children, you know, be away from me for a week and all that lot? But it's just the emotions that run through you. You know, it's just, I guess, it's stepping out of your comfort zone and just doing it. But you know what? It's been the best decision I've ever made, even though it's the hardest one I've ever made. It's been the best one I've made. As you already know, I've gone into district manager qualification, which is just huge for me. So yeah, it's just what I've got from Vegas has just been incredible. Like being around everybody for me has been the biggest change. And it's so true what they say, like the 5 people that you spend your time around the most, I feel in that week I was starting to kind of come out of my shell a bit. And I've just learned that I've just got to let myself go a bit. I've just got to do it, whatever it takes. I've just got to let myself go, forget about what everybody's thinking about me and things like that, and forget about I'm not good enough to do this or I can't do this, and look at the positives of what I can do and what I can get from this business. And honestly, the trainings as well, just absolutely phenomenal. Even though some of them was things that I've heard before, but it just makes you think, well, yeah, I do know that, so why am I not doing it? Do you know what I mean? You hear it time and time again, but yeah, I'm still not doing it. And I just think, well, why not? And then the stories by the people actually up on the stage and that, and where they've got to and what they've brought to their families is just incredible. But yeah, for me, it's been spending the time with the people that inspire me. So like Danny, Stacey, Natalie, Carol, absolutely fantastic and flying with this business. And the things that I've seen them do, like Stacey, for example, with her affirmations, you know, it's just, you know, when I'm at home and I'm like every morning getting my affirmations out, I feel a bit daft, a bit silly, and I'm like, what am I doing? Am I doing it right or not? But to see Stacey come into our room, like, and just do them as fun, it was just incredible. And I just think, wow, yeah, I can make this fun. And they do work. So just little things that I've got from different people. It's just been absolutely amazing. And then to see everybody go off to the white party, I'm like, oh, I need to be there next time. It's just seeing different people at different levels and what they've achieved and what it can bring to them. Just thinks, wow, this business does actually work, and what it can actually be changing for you as well as lifestyle for your family. And just keep reminded of yourself of what your reason why is for you doing the business. But it's just incredible, the atmosphere, like going down to the conferences in the morning, everybody's like partying and dancing. It's like 9-10 o'clock in the morning, and it's like the energy is just incredible. And Vegas itself, it's just like, from the moment I like literally landed, I was like, wow, it's huge, absolutely huge. It's just out of this world, the scale of the hotels and the buildings and everything, and it's just, I just couldn't believe I'm actually there. I've actually done it, but it's brought so much more to my life. I took so much away from it. It's just amazing. I'm so glad that I did it. And I think as a family as well, now I've come back, the kids are a lot, like, they feel more at ease. Not that they weren't before, but it's normally me doing like bedtime routines and bath time and things like that. But it's changed a little bit now, so I feel a bit more like relaxed and letting the dad obviously help out more and stuff. And I've just got to learn to stop doing everything and let other people help out and just let myself go a bit. So it's learnt me a lesson as well, that it is fine, you know, they don't need me around all the time, and just enjoy the journey, what it's taking you on. So I think as a family, it's done us all good to have a little break, and we just enjoy each other's company a lot more, as well. And I think as a couple, as a relationship as well, it helps, you know, with that, because with everyday life just going on and busy lives and things, things get ate up at times, and to have that break away, it would just it's just brought so much more back. So I think it's honestly it's the best experience ever. Definitely. So I highly recommend it. Have I spoken enough all?
That was fabulous. And I remember when Lindsay said she wasn't going to go, and I remember speaking to Lindsay on the phone, and she was saying to me, what do you think I should do? And I was like, I can't make the decision for you. Ultimately, it's your choice if you're going to go to Vegas or not. I said, but if you're really, really concerned about going to the Global Training Conference because you don't see your business as a serious business, you're going to make that worse if you're going to go to the Global Training Conference and come back and do nothing with your business. And she was like, yeah, you're right. So I said, you've got two options, really. You either go and you take something from it, or you don't go. I said, and whatever you decide is totally fine with me. It'll be totally fine with the team. Only you can decide. And then I don't know how much longer it took from that conversation to maybe a few weeks later, but she was like, no, I'm going. And I remember saying to Lindsay on the plane going out, I was like, do you feel like you're going to take something from this? And she was like, yeah, I think so. And then after she got into the conferences and, like she said, the rooms where you're dancing and you're hearing all the trainers and stuff, she was literally like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. She was like, I'm learning so much. I've took loads of notes. Like, she couldn't stop. And I personally have never seen Lindsay with so much energy. So anyone that knows Lindsay knows she's quite reserved, quite quiet, keeps herself to herself. But in Vegas, she was like Lindsay unleashed. She was like, woo, give me fire, woo. It was amazing to see because she just like came alive, and it was like Stacey was saying, one of the best things about Las Vegas, the conference is amazing, but one of the best things is seeing people become themselves. Like Stacey was saying, a lot of times people feel so uncomfortable like just being them. We want to be something we're not. We're constantly comparing ourselves. We're like, oh, if only we had hair like them, if only we had our body like them, if only we were as clever as them, if only this, if only that, and we're constantly comparing ourselves. Whereas when you go to the conference, I don't know what it is, but there's something in the air at the Arbonne conference where everybody accepts everybody for whoever you are, and not only do they accept everybody, you're embraced for being you. Like everybody, well, I don't know if they did, I'm going to say this, but they might not do. Everyone embraced me for being like an early bird. I think Stacey at one point said, I used to be called Sergeant Major, but now it's you. Because I was always like, right, everyone, conference starts at 9, we meet at 7 p.m, yeah, at the fountains. And I am a real early bird, and I like to be really prompt, and I'm really efficient with my time to the point where I think it's quite annoying. Like, I like to be efficient. If I'm going up the stairs in my house, I'm taking all the stuff on the stairs with me. I'm not coming back and forth. Like, I need to be efficient. But I'm sure that can be quite annoying for a lot of people. But that was like, I was embraced for who I was. And people were like, oh, it's just Danny. Like, we're not going to get there early, but that's fine. She won't mind. And that's the case. I genuinely don't mind if people get there early or not, but I'm getting there early. And then Sarah's like totally late, but she was just adored for that. I was like, yeah, Sarah's always late. It's just the way she is. And she was like loved upon for that. And everybody's got like their quirky habits that I think most people would be like, oh my God, that's annoying. But everybody in Arbonne doesn't think like that. Everybody in Arbonne's just like, oh, I love their like quirky habits. It's like, it's really great to see. So you go to the conference, and the conference is amazing. The training is amazing. Las Vegas is amazing. But on top of all of that, you come away feeling really good about yourself. And I described it in a video. If anyone's got children, and I'm really sorry for the people that don't, but I hope you can understand this. For the people that have got children, you're never embarrassed around your kids. You can be naked with everything wobbly hanging out, and you're not embarrassed because it's just your kids. You can be on the toilet in front of your kids. It's not embarrassing. You're totally yourself in front of your children, but you're never that comfortable around other people. But when you go to the Arbonne conference, that level of being comfortable around your children is the same level that you leave the conference feeling. You're that level of comfortable. So much so, Stacey was like going toilet in front of everybody, and it just so, everyone was just so comfortable. And not that I'm saying that if you go to the conference, you're going to have to do that, because I'm not. I think you just too far, but that was fine. Like, everyone was absolutely fine with that. So for me, I really took from Vegas not only the training, but feeling good about myself. And it was my 3rd global training conference, and every time I've left feeling even better about myself. So I'm gonna chat on all night. Is Diane on? Because I know Diane was going to do a training, but I don't know if she's actually on. If not, we can talk more about Vegas. I don't think Diane's on, no. Jane, did you want to talk about your experience of Vegas? Because you obviously went the first year that I went. Oh, by the way, before Jane does, I'll add this. My first year, I was not going to the Global Training Conference. I couldn't afford it, and I had no childcare. And I knew the conference was 2.5 days, which it is every year. It's every April. It's 2.5 days. It's Thursday night, Friday, and Saturday. And I couldn't afford to go. I was like, the conference ticket, I think if you're new, it's like about $100. If you've been in the business a while, it's about $200, something like that. And that's the conference ticket. But then you've got to fly out there. And flying out there can vary from a few $100s to like $1,000, depending on who you fly with, if you go direct, how early you book it. And then you've got to pay for your accommodation. And if you split it, it's not a lot of money. And everything you spend is a business expense. So it's good because you can offset it as a business expense. And if you register, you earn the incentives that Arbonne put on. You can actually earn all of your expenditure you've spent back. But the first year I didn't do that. I do now. I always earn it back now. But the first year I didn't. I couldn't afford it. And Jane had booked to go, and a few other people, and I was so jealous. I was so gutted that they were going to Vegas, and Jane had booked her accommodation, and I just simply couldn't afford it. And like I said, no childcare, and it was around Easter, like it was this year. And about 3 days before the conference in April, this is 3 years ago, Ian had said to me, my husband, that he could get Good Friday. If he worked Good Friday and the bank holiday Monday, and the Saturday, he could get those 3 days off for the conference I was going to be at. So he goes, so that's your childcare. Now you've got to sort out the money to get over there. I was like, right, okay. And I knew if I just got myself over there, I'd sort out my conference ticket and I'd sort out accommodation. So I just needed to get myself over there. And I booked a really last minute flight, connecting. Put it on a credit card. It was about £500 or something. I put it on a friend's credit card, actually. And I was like, I'll earn the money back. Got myself out there, and I said to Jane, I'm coming to Las Vegas, I've got nowhere to stay, can I stay with you? So she was like, yeah, like she was absolutely like, was really happy with that, so I was glad. And when I came back from Las Vegas, I came back as a different person. My business went from turning over about $10,000 a month to, I think it then went to $50,000 a month. So I had a massive growth in my business and a massive growth in myself. So I'm so glad that I went. So I'm going to pass it over to Jane to talk about the first time we went to Vegas.
Yeah, mind blowing. It's the only way you can do it. The sheer scale of it, and not like just the conference, but the whole of Vegas. If you've not been to Vegas before, everything is just huge in every single way. But the conference itself, the first thing that struck me was when you very first walk into that arena, and we came from the top, so we were going down the stairs because we were on the lower floor, and you just stand there and look around the arena as it's filling up, and you're like, it just nearly knocks you over because you're like, oh my God, this is just so huge. And then as they start playing the music and the arena starts filling up, and the atmosphere is just like, you don't need fistics because you're just on an adrenaline rush the whole time. It was just amazing. You can't explain it. If you're not there, it's very hard to actually put it into words and give that feeling across. It really is. And I took so much from it, all of the speakers. The awards night was amazing, and we very nearly, very naughtily didn't go to the awards night. We weren't going to go. I can't remember why. I think it was just because we were so tired and it was so full on. And actually at the time, our hotel where we were the first year was away from the MGM, so it was a real like, but we did go in the end. I'm just so glad we did. It would have been so bad of us if we hadn't, because it was amazing to see all the people getting recognised. But the other thing as well was the charitable foundation doing their bit, listening to their stories. It was so lovely to hear those stories, and everybody was in tears. So it just took so much away from it. And although some of us missed out on the white party, waving the others off to the white party and just getting pictures of them all dressed up, it was amazing. It was lovely to see them all together, and you just feel so proud for them. So yeah, just incredible. And then the second year I went, and again, amazing. I would agree, because Suzanne said, and I would agree with Suzanne, it was slightly on a smaller scale the second time. The first one I went to, it was massive. They had lots of entertainment and people on silks and lots of music and things. So I did think it was slightly smaller scale on that way the second time, but it didn't take away anything from it at all. It was still amazing. And again, phenomenal speakers. Your hand, you can't keep up because your hand's just aching from taking so many notes. And then, of course, this year I couldn't go. Just everything went wrong before Christmas financially. The first 2 years I was very lucky. I had some money available that enabled me to go. So this year it was just a disaster. New car, just everything. I hurt my back, couldn't work. So I just... Danny said to me, are you going to still put it out there that you can go? But I knew in my heart of hearts that I just couldn't do it unless, I won the lottery. It just was not going to happen. So for me personally, I didn't want to keep thinking I was going to go and then get to it and didn't go and be even more disappointed. So I just accepted that I couldn't go. And then, of course, seeing all the videos and everything, and actually on the Sunday morning when I got up and everyone had been to the white party, I was just tired, depressed, because I'd been doing long shifts at work, and I just spent most of the day in tears because I was so depressed and upset. And Andy kept going, why do you keep watching them videos? Why do you keep doing it to yourself? I don't know, because in a way it's just so lovely to see everybody else there. But yeah, it absolutely killed me not being there. It really did. And I've been saying every year, I'm going to be at the white party next year as an area manager. And now this is just like, it was my own fault I wasn't there. So it's a lot of it is confidence for me and self-belief, and I'm working on that, and I have been for a long while. But yeah, it was totally down to me that I wasn't there. So next year I'm going to be there, area manager at that white party, with an enormous team, and just, yeah, I can't wait.
Woohoo!
And it's going to come round so fast again. It'll just fly before it's here again, before we know it. So, but we've got AAC before that, so that's going to be even better.
Oh my gosh, I know. By the way, this photo, you can see the photos, can't you?
Yeah.
What are you doing to me?
This photo was hilarious, right? So the whole team, we booked breakfast at this exclusive hotel called Mandalay Bay on the Wednesday mornings. The conference doesn't start till the Thursday, but a lot of us arrived a day or two earlier. So on the Wednesday morning, we all, me and Fiona paid for everyone in the team to have all-you-can-eat buffet breakfast. And there was about 30 of us. And Stacey is not only vegan, which is fine, it's absolutely fine being vegan in Las Vegas, but she's also gluten-free, which is absolutely fine in Las Vegas, but it's not fine to be vegan and gluten-free. Like, that's totally not in their language. So she only ever had a vegan option or a gluten-free option. So she was really limited. And the chef came out when she said she couldn't have anything for breakfast. And he said, like, what can you have? So she told him. And he said, I'm going to go and make you something. So he went off and he comes back and he'd made her own personal scrambled tofu. And this is her face when it came out. How happy were you, Stacey?
As you can tell, I'm a foodie. I couldn't believe you caught that on camera. I was in love with this guy. He went to so much effort. This is what I'm talking about, guys. People go into so much effort. And, you know, he didn't have to do that. He's not paid to do that. He went out of his way to get me some gluten-free bread, freshly baked, might I add, and to make this incredible scrambled tofu with all the veggies and then, like, this beautiful hash brown, but it's a little bit different to what we're used to, like just grated potato. It was incredible. His name was Edward. I'll never ever forget him. And I've got to email the company. I've got to email Mandalay Bay and say to them, wow, because he was incredible. And you know, people don't do that. So it's about embracing people's strengths and qualities and really recognizing and gratitude upon gratitude upon gratitude. And it's just amazing. I'm so grateful.
Oh, I've just realised Lucy's on. Lucy, did you want to say anything about Vegas, seeing as you were there?
No. I'm just out of the shower.
What you thought to it?
I'm just out, yeah, not on the video though, because I'm just out of the shower.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. And you absolutely have to be there next year. It's just like an absolute minimum requirement as part of being IC. You have to be at GTC and you have to be at AAC. It was just brilliant. It was brilliant.
Agree with that 100%. Well
I
said,
actually managed to be jet lagged and ill for most of it, but I still loved it anyway, and I'm going to do it even better next time. So yeah, you've got to be there. It was just, yeah, you can't put into words like how it makes you feel. It's not that they tell you anything that you don't already know, but it just makes you feel amazing. And like, then you start to understand how special the company is, and you know how special the products are. You hear it all the time, but you actually start to feel it. Then you feel like less embarrassed about asking people about it because you know you're offering them like this amazing thing. And if they say no, it doesn't matter, just ask somebody else. It's their problem if they don't understand how amazing it is.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Stacey, did you want to say anything else about Vegas? Because Diane's not coming on the call to do her training.
Just that it completely changes your view. Just like what Lucy said, you realise how special. And do you know what the keynote speaker, John
Stacey again.
But John O'Leary, like the keynote speakers they put on are phenomenal. You know, and one of the ladies, oh, forgotten her name. Someone Vuries. What's her name? Do you remember?
Was it Linda?
Yeah, Linda Vuries, maybe. She was incredible, and the story she told about the gun in the airport, and he was like, "What?" It was crazy. And but John O'Leary, he was phenomenal, and I just cried throughout his whole book, and then throughout his whole talk. You know what we get at this conference is phenomenal. We are gifted so much. The bags, freebies, you know, the incredible trainers, the food. They're constantly there.
It's an absolute minimum.
And for me, I've never known a company like it.
I was just going to say something that you take away is you watch these MVPs and you see them walking around and you think like they're gods. But then when they actually get on stage and you hear their stories and they have started off exactly where we were and in sometimes worse positions, you know, and they work and they've got businesses and family, and you hear all these stories and you think, oh God, you know, what am I moaning about? What am I making excuses about? You know, and it really does make you think, if they can do it, you know, you can do it. It really does give you that belief. It's like Lucy said, some of the training, you know, we know the skills, we know what we have to do, but it's just giving you that belief, and you see everybody else in the arena and you think, you know, they're doing it, you know, it just instills that belief in you that you can go out there and do it, and you just have to have that confidence to do it.
And everyone has a time of day for you. Like Peter Travis stopped and had a photo and had a chat with me. You're like, what? You know, probably 18,000 people done the same thing. You know, Stian Mork stood there, had a chat with me. I was talking to his wife, and you know, we had some photos. Kay bloody Sonati, like, what? You know what I mean? You think that these are massive celebrities, and they're probably like constantly rah, 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 all the time, but they've always got the time for you. It's the most incredible feeling in the world. That, you know, it's just amazing. Look at Susan bloody McKenna, she's phenomenal. You know, and she put on a party of her own for us.
That national vice president, if anyone doesn't know.
She's there to talk to you and listen to you. She's got the time of day for you, and that for me is phenomenal. You don't get that with any company, I don't think. And I mean, I know that I've spoken to Emma Williams, which is one of my new consultants, and I'm training at the moment, and she's doing phenomenal. And she's like, I've never come across a community. I've never come across the support and the help that Arbonne have. And I think we're very, very, very rare within that, to have that support. You know, it's really amazing.
Sarah Gavin is also on the call, so she's going to share a little bit about her experience. It reminded me when Stacey was talking about the gun through security. Made it security and wondered why she got stopped.
Yeah, basically I had a little key ring on me, a few souvenir key rings, and then one of them turned out to be, it had a little army knife. So they had to get rid of that.
What, Sarah, do you want to share your Vegas experience with everyone?
Yeah. I recommend definitely everyone should go. Anyone who gets the chance, try and make it happen. So it's life-changing. You have so many memories, and it changes the way you think about everything as well. It's like a wake-up call being there, and so much motivation and like inspiring people out there. Really worth it. And yeah, have loads of fun as well.
You spoke to so many people since, Sarah, haven't you? You've literally spoke to everyone.
Yeah, on the way home I had to like a bit of a crazy one, yeah, just talking to everyone. Because I had such a long wait in the end, didn't I? So
anyone didn't know, Sarah missed her flight home. So she had to wait 24 hours in the airport.
Yeah, it was meant to be like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, the flight, and I was there till like 7:30 the next morning to board the plane. So a bit crazy.
So Sarah's top tip is get to the airport in time.
Yeah. Definitely don't follow me. Get there about 3 or 4 hours early next time. Yeah? I got chatting to everyone, yeah. Like when I had a dinner there and all that, I was chatting to the barman there about it, chatting to a few men at the bar. One guy, he already was involved, his sister-in-law or something is involved in forever, so he wasn't really interested, but the other 2 guys were interested. And one of them said that their girlfriend is a nutritionist, so that sounds really good. He's going to tell her all about it, and then I'm going to email him. I've emailed him already, actually. I've got some more people to email, like with videos and just a bit more information about Arbonne. And then I've met like loads of other people. The lady who actually gave me a lift in her cab, she's going to do beauty soon. She's going to go and study beauty, so she's a perfect one as well. And she does modelling, and she knows all these hairdressers and different people and models and stuff that would probably be interested in the business as well. So got talking to quite a few people. Another lady was probably, I think she's mostly interested in the Genius Ultra. She'd like anything that can get rid of cellulite. She's all over it. So that was quite good. I have to send her more information as well. Got a lot of follow-ups to do.
Oh, fantastic, Sarah. Lindsay, was there anything else you wanted to say about Las Vegas before we end the call?
Just make it happen, just do it. For me, it's just changed the way I look at things now, because I've just got to, I know I've got to get myself into activity, and I can see where I can get to. I actually did my first Facebook Live out there as well.
Woo!
So that was a really big step for me because I'm always a bit like camera shy and things. So yeah, I've just got to forget about what everybody else thinks, just do it, and yeah, district.
Fantastic. Well, to sum up then, I would say going to the annual conference is an absolute game changer for anyone that's building this business like a business. And obviously we appreciate there are a lot of people that sign up to Arbonne because obviously it's only £56 UK sterling to get started, so it's quite cheap to start something. And a lot of people start just for the social side or just for the like boosting confidence or the cheaper products, and that's absolutely fine. But even those types of people still get so much out of Las Vegas. They learn so much more about the products, they learn so much more about themselves, they learn so much more about how to be more confident, how to get the best out of conversations with people. And it's just priceless things that, my gosh, if they wrap that up and taught that to teenagers, we would honestly have less low self-esteem, less depression and anxiety in teenagers taking that onto adulthood. And if I had Arbonne in my life as a teenager, which I know we don't do because you have to be 18, but if I had what Arbonne gives you now as a teenager, honestly, my teenage years and my 20s would have been a completely different story. It just gives you such a boost, and you just learn so much more than just about these products. And the products are incredible with Arbonne, but it's so much more than that. And it's already been said tonight, it just deepens everything, and it makes Arbonne go from your head, you know, oh yeah, it's a business and we just recommend these products. It makes it go from your head to your heart, where it moves from thinking, yeah, this is a business and we make money, to we get to make a massive impact on other people's lives. It's just absolutely crazy. So I really do recommend having a serious think about whether you want to be at the annual conference next April. It'll be the Thursday night, that's the opening night where they launch new products, and then it's all day Friday and all day Saturday. You can just go just for the conference. You can arrive on the Thursday and leave on the Sunday morning, that's absolutely fine. Or you can make an extended trip out of it, which a lot of us did. We got there a few days earlier and we left a few days later. It's absolutely your choice. You need to pay for your conference ticket, which usually gets launched in October, and that's usually between about $100 and $200. They just do it in dollars just to make it easier for everybody. And then you need to arrange your hotel accommodation, which is cheaper if you book with a group of people. So you can book that now. That's easy enough to get booked now. And you can usually book something now with a no deposit required. That's what most people do. And then you just book your flights out there. It's cheaper to book your flights if you go connecting rather than direct. But if you want to go direct, that's fine as well. The longer you leave it, the more expensive it gets. So I do recommend, if you're thinking about Las Vegas, I do recommend that you book that as soon as possible. Just book your accommodation on a no deposit sort of scheme, and then book your flights as well. And then, before we end the call, that's Las Vegas, we also have our United Kingdom conference as well. So we have that once a year. Woohoo! AAC, baby. So AAC is our UK conference. So this is for all the UK teams, and that's in September. It's the weekend in September of the 16th, the 15th, 16th, and the 15th and 16th of September. I'd think about that then. It's the Friday and the Saturday. Yeah, that weekend in September. And that's in Glasgow this year. Last year it was in Birmingham, so it moves around. So I really recommend going to that conference. The same applies to that conference. You pay for three things. One, your conference ticket, which is announced on Tuesday. So you can get, they launch on Tuesday, and you can earn your conference ticket back. Then you pay for your accommodation. Most of us have booked a no deposit required accommodation. If you split it between a group of you, it's not very much. And then you pay for your travel. So you can either drive up to Glasgow, you can fly, you can get the train, you can get the bus. It's your choice. You just cover your travel. Everything you pay towards the conference is offset as a business expense. You can claim back for that as a business expense. So that will be launched on Tuesday. And as I say, Arbonne will cover your conference fee ticket back and your accommodation fee back with incentives. Charlotte's just said, can partners go out there with you? Normally, partners can pay a smaller price to go out to Las Vegas with you, but because this year there was so many people going, they said partners couldn't go unless they were a consultant. So a lot of people joined as a consultant just so that they could go. I'm not sure what they'll say about AAC. They usually say partners can go at a smaller price because Stacey bought her husband Paul at a discounted price last year. But because GTC Vegas changed, I don't know if the UK one changed. Stacey, do you know by chance if partners can go cheaper to AAC?
I think you can take a guest. I looked at the options and it did look like you could take a guest.
Cheaper than a consultant price.
It was a little bit cheaper, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So we'll have to have a look at that. I did take a photograph of all of the literature that I got as a VP.
Yeah, that's what I looked at.
Yeah, so if anyone needs to look at that, I'll put it on the Do More page. It was a couple of days ago though, so you might have to scroll down.
The husbands can still go to Vegas with you, but they can just sit around the pool while you go to the conference, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, sorry, yeah. Right, okay, so that sums up our call tonight. I'm so sorry that Diane couldn't be here to do her training on the Slight Edge. I hope that you guys haven't been bored to death with the Vegas talk, but we all obviously have got really excited by it. So we've got our 9 o'clock call in a few minutes that everybody's getting onto, and that is hosted by Executive Area Manager Suzanne Wells, and I'm going to tell you the code for that, and I'm also going to put it in the chat. So it's 337 600 0859. So that's 337 600 0859. So that is the code to click on join meeting for the 9 o'clock call, and that, as I say, is hosted by Suzanne Wells, and it'll also have the recognition on for the past week. So if you or anyone in your team has done anything that needs shouting about, that's been sent off to Suzanne already, and it'll be announced on that 9 o'clock call. So I will see everybody in a few minutes, and thank you so much to everyone that spoke tonight about Vegas. So thank you, Stacey, thank you, Jane, thank you, Lindsay, thank you, Sarah, thank you, Lucy. So thank you so much, everybody. See you in a few minutes.